In this video, we'll be talking about which of the new Season 1 Volume 3 set should you guys be locking in for. So if you guys don't know, we did get these new Season 1 Volume 3 cards. If you guys scroll all the way over to the left or over to the right, you guys should see the Season 1 Volume 3 Danny Granger. He is going to be the first lock-in. The second lock-in Amethyst is going to be Amethyst George Gervin. And then the other one is going to be the Diamond Nikola Jokic. So if you guys remember from last I think 2 Fridays ago, actually 2 weeks ago, we got the Diamond Jaylen Brown, and he's still probably the best shooting guard in the game. So in this video, I'm telling guys, is it worth it to lock in for Jokic? Is it worth it to lock in for George Gervin or Danny Green? So let's talk about Danny Green. I think the first thing we want to do is kind of just see his price point, and then we'll look at his stats and badges and kind of see if he's worth going for. But yeah, price point, we can see Shawn Marion is going to be about 80,000 MT, which is super expensive. We can see this Michael Adams is going to be, you know, fairly cheap. So I would say for this set, it's mainly just going to be that Shawn Marion you have to buy. So this set is just going to be about over 100,000 MT, which in my opinion, I think is pretty expensive, man. This set is probably more like, you know, 115, 120,000 MT, which is definitely going to be expensive for an Amethyst at this time of the year. But now let's hop over to 2KDB and let's check out his stats and badges and see if he's worth locking in. So Danny Granger here is a small forward, power forward, 6'9" tall with a 7'1" wingspan. I mean, stats wise, he's got that 93 ball, he's got that 90 mid range. I mean, stats wise, this card's not bad at all. Has Hall of Fame catch and shoot. I'm not exactly sure what this jump shot looks like in game. If he's got a good jump shot, I mean, this card's going to be super elite at that small forward position, and he's going to be a great offensive card. But is he worth 115 to 130,000 MT? I'm probably gonna say no. He's definitely a good card. So if you guys, you know, want to lock him in, or maybe you pulled Shawn Marion, like if you pulled Shawn Marion, then I think this set is definitely worth it. So if you guys maybe rip packs, or you somehow get this Shawn Marion card for free, or you get him for cheap, like yes, I would definitely lock in, because all these other cards aren't that expensive. But to spend 80,000 MT on an Amethyst Shawn Marion just to get this card, I probably would hold off and just, you know, maybe get a different card for 115,000 MT. There's so many better options. But yeah, now let's talk about the other Amethyst, which is going to be Amethyst George Gervin, and I think he's going to be just a little bit cheaper. We can see the Amethyst George Mikan is going to be about, we'll say 40,000 MT kind of on average. We got Terry Cunnings, who's going to be, you know, 7,000 MT, and I would say the rest of the set is going to be, you know, fairly cheap. So this one probably is only like 80,000 MT for the entire set. You guys can correct me, maybe there's some like really expensive gold card, or, you know, maybe really expensive sapphire, or maybe really expensive emerald, but I think they're all going to be fairly cheap. And I would say, you know, under 80,000 MT is probably a fair amount for this Amethyst George Gervin. So looking at him on 2KDB here, he's going to be a small forward shooting guard, 6'7" tall with a 6'10" wingspan. Looking at his stats, I mean, overall, he's got good stats, man. 83 ball, 88 mid-range, 86 speed, 86 acceleration. He's going to be a solid defender, 86 perimeter, 78 steal. He's going to be okay on defense. 80 driving dunks, not bad. 86 ball handle, 85 speed with ball. Looking at his jump shot, once again, don't know exactly how that looks in game, or how easy it is to green, if it's slow, if it's fast. And then he also does have the Kobe escape, Kobe size up escape, which is really nice. So that is something nice that's on George Gervin. I think Danny Granger probably is the better card, but he's going to be a lot more expensive, where George Gervin's about 70 to 80,000 MT. Is it worth it? I would say probably not. I would just go get yourself, you know, a Jason Richardson, a Jalen Green, most likely going to be better than George Gervin, and you can sell them back on the auction house, where if you have to lock in for George Gervin, that means you're not going to be able to get that MT back. So yeah, definitely wouldn't lock in George Gervin. Danny Granger, not a bad card, might be worth locking in for, but for that price tag, probably not going to be worth it. So now let's go check out the last card here, and that's going to be the Diamond Jokic. So we can see Trae Young's going to be about 150,000 MT, and that's pretty much it for the expensive cards. Once again, I mean, the rest of these cards, I mean, there is Kendall Gill, who's like, actually, wow, Kendall Gill's 50,000 MT. So this set is easily going to cost you, and there's Michael Ray Richardson. Oh my God, man, this set, yeah, this set's going to easily be around 250,000 MT, maybe even a little bit more. So we'll say a fair price point for this, for the Jokic set, is going to be 250,000 MT. Let's go take a look at him on 2KDB. He's going to be a center power forward, 6'11" tall with a 7'3" wingspan. Looking at his stats, I mean, he does have that 93 ball and that 90 mid range, which is super nice for a center. He's going to be a great stretch big. Other than that, though, I mean, defensively, he's not going to be very good. He's a little bit slow for a center. Jump shot wise, It's an okay jump shot if you guys have used the Amethyst. Like, it's not a bad jump shot. I just think there's a lot better ones for centers. So offensively, I mean, yes, Jokic is going to be a pretty good offensive center. He's got tons of good gold shooting badges, and he's going to be able to knock down a bunch of threes if he's wide open. But for 250,000 MT, just go get yourself a Blake Griffin, right? Go get yourself a Blake. He's going to be like 10 times better than a guy like Jokic, and he's not going to be, you know, locked into a set. Kind of the same thing as George Gervin. Like, we can see Blake, you can get for around 200, maybe 250,000 MT. I think he's going to be a better power forward than Jokic, and he's going to be a better center. And then once you're done using Blake Griffin, or you don't want to use him anymore, you can sell him back and maybe still get like 150, 200,000 MT. Where Jokic, if you're not going to use the card anymore, or you kind of don't want to use him, you can't sell him back for 250k. You can't do anything with the card except for him just sitting in your collection. So unfortunately, guys, I think none of these sets are going to be worth locking in, which is kind of surprising because 2 Fridays ago, I think both these sets were worth locking in for. Like, I think that D'Angelo Russell wasn't worth it, but I think Siakam and I think Jaylen Brown were both actually worth it to lock in for. I know Grant Hill, I know Karl Malone were expensive, but Jaylen Brown, in my opinion, is still the best shooting guard in the game, and Siakam is still a very valuable power forward who's really, really good, has a good jump shot. So if you guys haven't locked in Siakam, maybe you need a power forward, he's not a bad option. And then same thing with Jaylen Brown, right? Like, these cards were definitely more worth it than guys like Danny Granger, George Gervin, and then of course the Jokic. So unfortunately, guys, I would say none of these are worth locking in for, but let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are going to be locking in for Granger, for George Gervin, or for Jokic, and let me know what you guys think about the sets as well. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.